Hello everyone, my name is Kieran. Welcome to another bit of transfer news on Red Devil Weekly about Manchester United. Of course, tonight, as you can see, we're going to be talking about Bruno Fernandes. Now, already, just before we get into it, I do realise that, of course, Manchester United have completed the signing of Harry Maguire today for £80 million. A brilliant signing, but of course if you want to see my full reaction to that, the video will be up on the channel already, so make sure you do check that out if you haven't already. Really good stuff. And also, before you get into this one, make sure you do leave a like if you aren't already as well. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And we're going to get straight into this, because for me, this is sticking my neck out on the line a bit. I'm going to say it, and I think after the reports from today, I think a lot of you guys will probably be saying, have you gone insane? But I haven't. I have not gone insane. I think we might do a bit of business on deadline day. Now, it might be complete false hope. I don't know. But in my opinion, I feel like the club are keeping a few things under wraps. That's all I'm going to say. Now, whilst my faith in the club to do business is probably blind faith, is completely, they don't warrant any sort of faith, to be honest with you, but at the same time, I just feel as if they've got something on the wraps, and especially with all the kind of protests, with everything that's going on like that, I don't think that they're gonna let it go by. I just don't see it. So I think Bruno Fernandes is the main target for Manchester United. I think we are looking at a Bruno Fernandes situation. Potentially Christian Eriksen as well. I've heard rumours of Christian Eriksen wanting to come to Manchester United, but I feel like we're going to stick to Bruno Fernandes if we are going to do any deals in this summer transfer window. And it's clear, we watched the pre-season friendlies, that we needed another central midfielder. When Pogba's not in the team, we look very, very weak indeed. And if the board can't see that, I'm sure Ollie can see that. If the board can't see that, then they're blind, unfortunately. But I'm happy with the business that we've done so far, don't get me wrong. Bringing in Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire, spending that money on defence, which was really, really much needed, I'm really happy about. But I feel like if we get one more player, if we get that Bruno Fernandes in, I think it'll complete it. I really do think it would complete the set. But the problem is Bruno Fernandes is going to cost around £60-65 million. Now, is that realistic? Is that realistic, especially after the fact we've actually already spent £80 million already? Is it realistic to suggest that we're going to go and spend another £60-65 million? I'm not sure, but I'm telling you guys, I feel like there's something's going to happen. I don't think this transfer window is completely done and dusted. I really don't. I think we've still got something. There's still something in this. And you guys might think I'm completely mad. You might do, and you know what? You're probably right. But at the same time, I think there's something in this. And I feel like on deadline day, there could be a surprise. Especially if you look at the way that, everyone's protesting at the moment. The Glazers are going to want to distract from that. The hashtag going around at the moment is a hashtag cancel MUTV. A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are getting behind that movement. And I just feel like something's going to happen. Something's got to give. Something has got to give. And I feel like it will be something to do in the transfer. It'll be something in the transfer market, in my opinion. Welcome, Yash. Thanks for joining. Rashford says, let's not forget, the board is the board that cost Jose his job. They try and... was it the recent serial killings? American greedy business twat. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree, Rashford. That's the thing. It's... the board did not go for Jose Mourinho when they had the chance. They didn't go for Jose Mourinho when they had the chance, and this is what they're going to pay for now. I feel bad for Jose Mourinho. We've got Harry Maguire in the end, which is the main thing, but they didn't go for Harry Maguire when we had the chance, which is really, really frustrating. Welcome, Yash, by the way. Thanks for joining. He says, really, I doubt we'll get him. Eriksen wants to leave, so if he leaves, when Tottenham definitely go for him, yeah. But yeah, I think Eriksen is definitely a player that's on Man United's radar, it seems. The one thing I'm just worried about is the fact that he plays for a rival. I just don't see, the fact that he plays for a rival makes me feel like he's just not going to come, or Spurs at least aren't going to want to sell him. That's all it makes me feel like anyway. So yeah, By the way, guys, it's a stream buffering for you guys. I'm not sure if it is, but if it is, I do apologise. Rashford says you're right. We will sign a midfielder. Ollie knows that. I don't agree. The fans are blaming Ollie. Well, I don't agree with it either. I feel as if it's not his fault. He's not the person who deals with the transfers. He's not the person who kind of sits at the negotiating table. It's Ed Woodward and the like who do that sort of thing. It's not Ole who does that. So I don't think we should be blaming him. I really don't think that's the case. And if you are blaming him, I just, unless you give me a good reason, I don't know. Welcome, Kush. Thanks for joining, Kush. Really appreciate it. He says, to be honest, I think we need both Eriksen as a number 10 and we need Bruno too. Well, thanks for joining. And I think if we were to get both, that'd be absolutely amazing. I don't think it's going to happen, but potentially in a future transfer window. All I'm saying is, guys, I'm putting my neck on the line here. I feel like something's going to happen on deadline day. I just have a feeling. I feel like we're not done in the transfer window. That's my thought. And you know what? You guys might want to come back to this video on Thursday and have a laugh and say I'm an absolute nutcase. But you know what? If it does happen, I'll look like an absolute genius. I just feel like something's going to happen. And I feel like if anything's going to happen, it'll be with Bruno Fernandes. But thanks for joining, Kush. Really appreciate it. Please do leave a like if you aren't already, guys. And subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. So close to 750 subscribers. That'd be absolutely fantastic. If we could hit that tonight, that would be brilliant. Rashford says, Eriksen from Spurs to United is a massive step down. I mean, that's the thing. Spurs have got Champions League football. They seem to be on the up with their team. It'd be hard to see Christian Eriksen, wanting to come to Manchester United, and also I doubt that Spurs would want to sell Christian Eriksen. Yeah, says, I'm afraid there won't be any more signings. Fred, Pereira, McTominay, Matic, Pogba will be our midfielders. I mean, you could be 100% right, Yash. You could be right, but we saw without Pogba how awful we looked in midfield. We just lacked any sort of quality in that midfield, and if the board can't see that, then I don't know. I really don't know. I really despair. Football Crew Show on the stream. Thanks for joining. Says, good evening. I'm happy with the signing of Harry Maguire today. Gotta say, I think United's transfer business is now over. I can't see Bruno Fernandes joining us on deadline day. We've left it too long. Well, that does seem like the case. It definitely seems like the case, but I just feel like United have got something under wraps. I really do. I feel like something is going to happen on deadline day. Now, the reason I'm saying deadline day is precisely what you're saying, Football Crew Show. I feel like we might have left it too late. However, I feel like the fact we've left it late suggests that there may be big developments happening in the next few days. I mean, there'll have to be if we are going to sign someone on deadline day, but you never know. Deadline day is very, very, very unpredictable. So that's all I'm saying. And I feel like Bruno Fernandes, there's reports that, Jorge Mendes is in Manchester United London offices. There's reports that, a Man United representative went to the Sporting Lisbon Benfica match, obviously yesterday, where they got hammered 5-0 by Benfica. And Bruno Fernandes was very visibly upset as well with that. So, again, these are sort of signs which suggest to me that potentially he'll be on his way out. Now, of course, I could be completely wrong. And you know what? If I'm completely wrong, I'll take it on the chin. But I feel like on deadline day, something big is going to happen with Manchester United regarding Bruno Fernandes. You might think I'm a nutcase, but I think it can happen, guys. I believe it can. Yeah, says Eriksen will definitely upgrade and Premier League proverb. Yeah, I think right. I think you're right. He also says if we lose Lukaku, which looks like it's going to happen, then we are definitely in trouble. I think if we lose Lukaku and don't replace him, then I think we are in trouble, Yash. I agree. I think there's been a lot of talk of replacements, potentially. Mario Mandzukic, of course, was named as one of the replacements. However, I don't think that's going to happen now. And I don't see us going in for another striker. As I said, I feel like if we are going to do any business on deadline day, I think we're going to go for Bruno Fernandes or, potentially Christian Eriksen if the rumours are true. I don't see us going for a striker, unfortunately. And if we do get rid of Lukaku and don't replace him, it's going to be a difficult season, in my opinion, up front, because do I believe Rashford, Martial, Daniel James have 20 goals a season in them each? I don't think so. And as you said there, it's really important that your forward men have, at least 20 goals a season in them, because if they don't, we're going to struggle for top 4. And yes, it's good that we share the goals around and things like that, but it's not that simple sometimes. And sometimes you just need that talisman who's going to score the goals for you. And I'm not sure if we have that right now. I really don't know if we have that right now. Yes, says Bruno, I don't have confidence that his Portuguese league. Can he adjust to the league quickly? I mean, you might have a point there, mate. You might definitely have a point, but what I've seen of Bruno Fernandes does look very, very promising indeed, I have to say. And he looks like the kind of player that we need at the club. However, I mean, I feel like we can. I feel like we can get him. I feel like, you know, he's definitely within our reach. It's gonna be one that it's gonna be a mega transfer if we do pull it off. But yeah, there you go. Nick Muller, welcome to the stream. Nick, thanks for joining. He says, "Yo, Ipswich won." Well, congratulations to Ipswich. At last, he says. Yeah, I know. It's always good to get your first win. But of course, Ipswich were struggling a bit last season, weren't they? They were struggling slightly. So I can understand the you know, just so happy to finally get that first win. So, you know, good for you guys. By the way, guys, let me know if you can hear me or see me or anything like that. Please let me know if you can. I think it should be alright anyway. Yash says, one more signing would definitely be great, but looking at the way we do deals, Ed can't pull it off. We'll see what happens with it. I feel like you never know. I just feel like there might be something under wraps. I have to say, I feel like there could be something hiding under wraps, and I hope I'm right. And I just have this gut feeling, guys. I'm not sure what it is. And as I said, you can come back to this video 5 o'clock on Thursday and have a laugh. But I just think something might happen. Full Crew Show says, would you pick Sanchez or Martial to be a striker with Rashford? Well, I think with Alexis Sanchez's pay packet, I feel like, you know, he has to start pulling his weight at some point. If he doesn't, I think he could, you know, he might not be at the club that long. And maybe that's a good thing for him. Maybe he doesn't want to be at Manchester United for that long. But I just feel like, you know, 500 grand a week, you have to start pulling your weight. And if you don't, he's going to be out the door. So, I mean, I'd like to see Sanchez regain his form from what we saw again, when he played for Arsenal. If he doesn't do that, then unfortunately I think his United career is over. Oh, good. It seems to be working fine. That's good. Good news. Please let me know if it does lag or anything like that. I will try and sort it out. Welcome, Tom. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. He says, we need Bruno Fernandes now. If we don't get him, we will struggle a lot, and I can't see us getting top 4 without a new midfielder. Well, thanks, Tom, for joining in. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I have this gut feeling. I don't know what it is, Tom. I have this gut feeling that we might just sign him on deadline day. And I think I totally agree with you. He is the type of player that Man United need. He is the type of player that we need. And I have a feeling that with everything that's going on at the moment, with all the protests and things like that, I just have a feeling the Glazers have something up their sleeve. Ed Woodward has something up their sleeve. And I'm not saying I like the Glazers because I hate them with a passion, but at the same time, they're shrewd businessmen and they all know how to distract from a massive kind of hullabaloo that's going on. If you guys are on Twitter, you'll know there's a hashtag, you know, cancel MUTV and all that stuff going on right now. I just feel like with all that sort of protest, the last time United were making all these protests, all those transfer stuff came out. So it's all about diversion, and I think Man United will use a diversion tactic, and it might just come in the form of a signing of Bruno Fernandes, and I hope I'm right. If I'm wrong, as I said, you guys can come back to this video and have a good old laugh at me, and you know, I'll probably have a laugh at myself as well. Welcome Dan, thanks for joining, really appreciate it, and welcome Tanny Son, thanks for joining, guys. He says, hi guys, I was having a good day until the transfer news came in. Well, of course, you know, there's some good transfer news to start the day. Harry Maguire, of course, confirmed his signing. He looks really, really exciting. I mean, the bad news, of course, was a lot of people reporting, especially Sky, reporting that United are unlikely to do any more deals in this transfer deadline day. But you know what, guys? I think Man United have briefed the press, and I'm telling you, I think there's something going to happen. Keep it to yourselves. You heard it here first. On deadline day, something's going to happen with Manchester United. I can feel it. I can sense it. Now, if I'm wrong, as I said, you can come back here and have a laugh. But I just have a feeling that this transfer window isn't done for Manchester United, in my opinion. Dan says, I bet the Hair contract renewal bill will be announced should we not do any more deals. That's how dumb they think we are. Remember, Martial's being announced, and it's not fair on De Gea either. Well, exactly. I mean, obviously, it'd be great to hear, you know, David De Gea kind of have a contract renewal, but I think transfer time is for transfers. It's transfer, you know, the transfer window is for bringing in players. You know, we can sign up players to contracts anytime we want, but I think we need to use this transfer window to our advantage, and obviously if De Gea does renew his contract, that's brilliant because he is one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And if we were to keep him for another 3-4 seasons, time down to a new contract, that'd be fantastic in my opinion. But I just feel like we need to use it wisely. So we'll see what happens. And I do have a feeling, guys, I'm telling you, it's a little tip from me. Don't tell anyone else, keep it to yourself. I said Bruno Fernandes on deadline day. I just feel it, guys. I can feel it. Welcome, Red Devil Studio. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. I dropped by a stream earlier. Really, really good stuff on his channel. All to do with Manchester United transfer news, Man United content in general. Make sure you do check out Red Devil Studio for all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news. Of course, if any transfer activity happens before the end of the transfer deadline, he will definitely have it covered on Red Devil Studio, so make sure you check that out if you haven't already. But thanks for joining, mate, really appreciate it. Let's see, Tom says we could do it. I remember when we got Martial on deadline day, that did come out of the blue a lot. It really did come out of the blue. I think even on that time we weren't even linked to Anthony Martial before we signed him. So as I said, deadline day, weird things happen, and I'm thinking potentially you might see Bruno Fernandes come in. If we don't, as I said, I'll be an absolute laughingstock, and you have every right to banter me about it, but I'm just saying, I have a feeling. Yash says 6 months for Fred. If he doesn't click, then I feel like United will be extra money to, will have extra money to buy a midfielder. I think you could be right. Fred hasn't had the best of times at Manchester United, and I do think 6 months. I mean, he's already had a whole season at Manchester United. I think another full season, if he hasn't clicked by then, I think we might have to think about potentially moving him on, or because maybe he just wasn't the right fit for Manchester United. Maybe he wasn't, who knows. Tanny Sun says, I have a bad feeling about Bruno joining Spurs or City. I hope you're wrong, mate. I really hope you're wrong, but you never know, mate. You never know. I just think, I feel like Spurs is definitely someone who's going to be kind of coming for him. But I think Man City is. I doubt Man City are in for him, especially if they are going to sign, João Cancelo as well. So we'll see what happens with that. Dan says, can't Eriksen leave for free next year? I think they are desperate to sell him. I think Eriksen would be a big cash cow for Spurs. I think they would have a lot of money for Spurs. And I think if we were to bring in Eriksen, that would be an absolutely fantastic signing. The only thing I would say with Eriksen is the fact that because he plays for Spurs, I doubt that Spurs would want to sell to a rival, if you know what I mean. But as I said, I could be wrong. So I think he's a brilliant player, Eriksen. I've always admired Eriksen. I've always hated the fact that he plays against us and not with us. So we'll see what happens with Eriksen. Hopefully we do get that deal over the line. If we do go in for him. Dan says, can't... oh, no, I read that. Sorry, Dan. Yeah, says, striker should be our priority. I heard Mason will be given a chance. I hope he'll be given a chance. Of course, Lukaku looks like he's on his way. He's obviously training with Anderlecht at the moment, so it looks like he's on his way. If we don't replace Lukaku, at least in January, then I think we could be in trouble. I do want to see how the likes of Rashford, Martial, Daniel James, all them go, but at the same time, I am a bit worried. Kashif, welcome Kashif. Thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. He says, hello, it's been too long. How you been? Yeah, how you been, bro? Thanks for coming back to the stream. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing really, really well, Kashif. But yeah, how are you doing, man? How are you doing? Tom says, we've been linked with Mandzukic. I heard that Juventus offered him plus cash for Lukaku. I did hear that as well. I think there were a few kind of... whispers that we might be getting Mandzukic in a separate deal to Paulo Dybala now that the Paulo Dybala deal looks like it's off. But I doubt it somehow. I just don't see it. I don't see Mandzukic wanting to leave Juventus for United. Who knows, of course. As I said, deadline day is a mad place, but at the same time, I just don't see it. Tom says we've been linked with... Oh, no. I keep reading out everyone's comments I've already read out. Sorry, guys. Tanny Sun says we have enough strikers. We need a proper maestro. Well, there you go. And I do agree with that. I think Bruno Fernandes will definitely provide that if we do bring him in. And I'm excited for deadline day, guys. I'm excited for deadline day. And, of course, with the news that have come out today, I'm not sure if I should be, but I just have the feeling in my gut. I have a feeling in my gut that we will do something on deadline day, so don't miss it. I will be doing a deadline day live stream, the 1 hour before the... I think Ollie is rebuilding his squad from the youth and using players that he's got. Yeah, I think you could be right, mate. I think you could be right, Football Crew Show. Especially with all the youth that he's brought in. I do apologise if it just lagged there, by the way. Kashif says, according to Duncan Castles, George Mendes is in Manchester regarding Bruno. Well, I mean, I've heard that, of course, he does his transfer window podcast. I did hear what he said, and it's interesting, very interesting stuff. I'm not sure how credible, really, Duncan Castles is, but at the same time, I hope he's right. I do hope he's right. Welcome Fumble Fan 148. He says, hi mate, going live pretty soon. Please do join it. I will check it out, mate. Please go check out Football Fan 148 as well if you haven't already. Really, really good stuff. Nick says, when is deadline day? Deadline day is on Thursday. The deadline is at 5 p.m. UK time. So deadline day Thursday, 5 p.m. UK time, GMT or BST, whatever it is. Nick says after his after this, Football Fan, of course, yeah. So make sure you do check out Football Fan 148 stream and his channel as well if you haven't already. Really, really good stuff there. But I just think, yeah, I mean, that's what I wanted to talk about really tonight. Bruno Fernandes on deadline day. I feel like we could do something. I really do feel like we could do something on deadline day. As I said, I could be absolutely mad. I could be, just making stuff up. I don't know. But I just have this feeling in my gut. I have this feeling that we are going to do something. And I hope I'm right, and I'm sure you guys hope I'm right as well. Not to be big-headed or anything, but if we were to sign Bruno Fernandes, I think that would be an absolutely fantastic signing. Tanny Sun says, just imagine Bruno, Dybala and Pogba. Wow, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. That would just be a fantastic midfield, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get Dybala, but still, Bruno and Pogba in that midfield. Looking good, looking good. Football Crew Show says, will you be doing calls on deadline day? We'll see about that. Maybe that'll be a good idea. Let me know if you do want me to do calls on deadline day. That'll be brilliant. Tom says, I have the same feeling. I hope so, Tom. I hope so. I hope we're both right. I hope we're both right on that front. But yeah, of course, Christian Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes really the two last-ditch targets that United have, really. Apart from them, I don't see anyone else coming in. Potentially there could be a mystery kind of target that we get linked to, and I've seen it before many times on deadline day. We get linked to a mystery target that we haven't been linked to throughout the transfer window, and it's just mental. So I think deadline day could be very eventful. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. But guys, I'm probably going to end the stream here. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Please do leave a like if you haven't already as well. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are so close to 750 subscribers. So please do subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below if you're watching as a video. What do you think about Bruno Fernandes? Do we have any chance of signing anyone on deadline day? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below. And subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys in a bit.